I have just arrived at the Graylingwell Asylum a few days ago. It is on the outskirts of Chichester, and I really find it to be quite a beautiful place.
Look at this.
Gosh, isn't it lovely?
Oh, yacht.
I was encouraged to attend this delightful chapel, which is within the grounds of Graylingwell, but I love to go anyway. I was supervised by the medical superintendent, Harold Kidd, but I was happy for him to do this, as I enjoy his company. Dr. Kinloch, my physician from Shoreham by Sea, sent me here. I had confided with my next-door neighbour, who was a nurse, that I felt very down. My children's poor health and my bronchitis and asthma attacks had left me worried and tired. I couldn't cope at all. This nurse communicated this to Dr. Kinloch behind my back. She also mentioned that I wanted to throw myself into a nearby river, but I didn't mean it. But I did mean that my husband was having an affair, and he threatened me with a razor, but nobody believed me. And my husband denied it, obviously. And this from the man who climbed through my bedroom window at night when I lived away from home, young and innocent. And this is the man who made me pregnant, and I had to marry, and I lost my position and the respect of my parents and God. The Graylingwell Asylum was newly built. Dr. Kidd lives close by with his wife. He says this is a hospital, not an asylum. All of the doctors and matrons treat me with kindness and honesty. They do their level best to help me. They would make sure that I'm properly bathed and nourished. I felt really isolated being by myself all the time in my bedroom because I mostly wasn't allowed to go out. The only hurtful treatment is the blistering of my private parts to stop me from self-harming. I was constantly on sedatives as well. It was not long before my symptoms started to escalate. and weak reluctant surges lap and rustle round and down the strand. No other sound, if it should hap, the ship that sails from fairyland. The silken shrouds with spells are manned, the hull is magically scrolled. The squat mast lives, and in the sand the gold prow griffin craws a hold. It steals to seaward silently, strange fish folk follow through the gloom. Great wings flap overhead, I see the castle of the drowsy doom. Vague through the changeless twilight loom, enchanted, hushed, and ever there. My dearest husband, have you not seen enough of my miserable torments, or are you going to act the fool for everlasting? Dr. Kinloch, are you still under the delusion that Mrs. Ware is insane? Or are you hand in glove with some parson chap? Or are you the man who has sentenced me to be burnt to death? My death does not come off in some people's godless fashion. If you are in need of a decent reply to you many underground gardeners, you go to Jack the Ripper for advice, and if you don't like that, go propose to someone you love in a proper manner. And if you can't, my intentions are to have £5,000 damages for neglect on the part of one nurse Masters. My dear Dad or Mater, should be awfully pleased to see you both, or one of my sisters. Perhaps my sister Janie would come and see me, or send me a line or telegraph. Janie, living at Church Street, Crewkerne, perhaps she would send me the best letter wire and let me know exactly what it is going wrong. I'm not in any hurry. It seems as if my lifetime has not quite closed here, but perhaps Janie would be the one to send a letter to my Shoreham relatives first. That is, if this reaches. Things seem a bit doubtful. Everybody here is so anxious to teach me things already. Somebody thinks they have a depth to gun at me and tell me to go and hang for a witch. Some such it seems as if the lower class want a jolly good teaching of them good behaviours. Half of them are taking advantage of the doctor and matrons, and the others seem intent on cursing and swearing like cats and dogs. Others don't seem to know how to keep at home. Don't feel inclined to write any more. If this should not reach the right address, perhaps it will find its way to 23 Garland, Redhill, Surrey, or 4 Atoll Terrace, Shoreham by Sea. Matron, I finished another letter. Matron? For 2 years within these walls, I was diagnosed with chronic mania. I contracted bronchitis, and I have been in bed for about a month. They gave me a comfortable airbed to prevent my bed sores, and I appreciate their care and attention and a hand to hold.